You just take it.
No.
Good Monday morning to you guys. It is Monday, October the 15th. You know, yesterday I felt kind of melancholy. Not really depressed, but melancholy. Because it would have been my friend Linda's birthday. She died the same year Mommy did. She died on October the 10th, 4 days before her 55th birthday. And I miss her. She really knew how to master the art of being a good friend. You could go for months without calling Linda, and when you call her, she makes you feel so special. And man, that year in 2016, my uncle passed away March the 1st. Mommy was June the 7th. No, let's go back to Louise, Jessica's grandma, March the 24th on Mommy's birthday. Mommy June the 7th, and then Linda October the 10th. And each and every one of them hit me hard. Of course, you knew my mom's death hit me hard, but Linda hit me harder than I really, you know, imagined that it could. And it's because ever since Mom passed in June, she was trying to come see me, and she didn't have a car to come see me. Then we were so busy at the shop trying to make up for lost time for, you know, each time we took off to take care of Mom. And she finally came to see me October the 3rd. And Joe was so upset. Joe was like, man, she came at the worst time. We have to finish this project we just started. We just started a large project that we got like every 3 months to do. And I said, Joe, don't be like that. I said, she's been trying to come see me forever. You know, just let me spend 20 minutes with her. And so then Joe stopped the machine and he goes, just go spend an hour. You know, I'll clean off bottles in the meantime. And so I sat with her in the office, and she wanted to take me to lunch to Sizzlers. And I'm like, no, Sizzlers is all the way here where I live, and the shop was 4 miles away. I'm like, no, it's going to take up a lot of her time. Let's just sit and visit. So we visited, and when she was leaving, I said, okay, because she used to call me Boo. So I would call her Boo back. And she goes, I said, okay, Boo, can you come back for your birthday? Because by then I'll be done with this job, because the job used to take us 10 days to do, and this was the 3rd. So we would have been done by the 13th. I said, can you come back? And I'll have some birthday change for you. And she's like, yes. And then she said, Lord, say the same. She used to always say that, Lord, say the same, meaning, you know, if God's willing. And Jada was scheduled for her surgery. I needed a prayer warrior, so I was gonna go call her. And then I remembered she would be on her prayer, because she had a prayer thing that she did on the phone, a conference call. And so I said, oh, let me go to her Facebook to find out the prayer number, because she always posted it on Facebook. Because you know those numbers have like a regular number, then it has a long extension, like a 6-digit extension. So I went to go get the number, and that's when I saw everybody putting RIP, RIP, RIP. I said, what? I ran to go get Joshua. That time the computer used to be in the bedroom, and I said, Josh, I think Miss Linda's dead. And he goes, which Miss Linda? Because I know a lot of Lindas, right? And I'm like, Linda Boo. And so he came and he looked, because I don't know how it works when you tag people in things, you know, if that means that they're the one that's gone, or if they're tagging that person so that person could see something. And so Joshua came back, and we kind of rifled through the tags, and we saw that it was her. And I just screamed. And Joe woke up from his sleep, and he goes, what? And I go, Linda's gone, Linda's gone. And he's like, what, Linda? Who? And I said, Linda Boo, Linda Boo. And man, that was devastating. So we went to her viewing, because the very next day, guess what happened? Marie and Don came. We went to the airport to pick them up. Oh my God, I miss Marie and Don so much. Joe, like how the season has changed, and I'm doing this thing with Facebook. Let's pray that after the 6 months when Facebook is done helping me, that I'll be able to stand on my own with book sales and Facebook, and maybe even YouTube, because YouTube doesn't pay much.
I already pray for that.
And that we could go see Don and Marie. I'll suck up the 16-hour flight.
Okay.
Just give me a brace for my neck.
Pray on the part of Don and Marie, so I'm gonna put that in.
Put that in. All right, guys, we came to the post office to mail away that waitstaff apron thing that I made for my sister. Yeah, she needs it for an event on Saturday. And so by the time I get to the event, she would have already been there like 4 or 5 hours. So I'm like, you need it now, right? Because she can put her phone in it, and you know, anything else, her credit card, whatever she needs, so she doesn't have to carry a bag. So it's kind of like an apron slash pouch, you know, like a fanny pack type thing. Look how nice Jory was today. He let us borrow the truck. You know, I have to give him his props whenever he's being good, because I give him smack a lot.
Which one you want?
This is a newer one?
Yeah, Yeah, you have to wait till you finish school. Yeah, good job.
And my kids will never make car payments because they know what car payments are. I don't know why it is. I mean, everything is due in 30 days, right? The rent, the light, the water, the credit cards, everything due in 30 days. And it feels like 30 days by the time it comes around due again. You see, here you go.
We got right away.
So that don't mean you could have the right away, but you could be dead right. Anyways, the only thing that feels like it comes quicker than the 30 days is car payment. I don't know why. And it's because if you don't make the payment, they could come steal the car from the Walmart parking lot and you come outside, you don't have no car. I think that's the greatest fear that I had when I was making car payments. So my kids are like, And how you do a car payment, that lady Susie Orman that does Money on TV, she says, take whatever the cost of the car is and divide it by 3. Because you should not be paying for a car longer than 3 years. So if you're paying for a car for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you can't afford it, and you're already done messed up, because that thing will depreciate so bad after like the 3rd year. It's not even funny. And so she says divide it by 3 years, and if that monthly payment, you know, even without adding the interest, because if the car costs $10,000 and you divide it by 36 months, 36 months. You didn't add the interest in that yet. That's just the cost of the car. So if that's what the monthly payment looks like, and you already can't pay that, then you need to quit. Don't get that car. And I wish I knew that before I bought. We only bought 3 new cars, right? The van, we paid that off. The Suburban, we leased it and turned it back in. Sorriest mistake I ever made. Leasing on a whole is horrible, and then to turn it back in, I should have just kept it, because the 4 years that I paid on the Tahoe, I would have been done paid off the Suburban. We were stupid.
Right now, that Tahoe, the Suburban, one worth by $2,500 now.
And what happened to the car your brother carried, I believe? The with that white thing there again? The Cadillac.
Escalade.
Escalade. What that worth right now? 2 cents?
09.
He bought it for like $80,000, right? $70,000. Much it worth now? 2,000 Belize dollars?
About $18,000 US.
18,000 American dollars? That's stupid. So he knew we up on people in top shelf to take down thing. We're looking for a zip to finish off that dress that we're messed up. Daddy, what color this? Can you see what color this is? Oh, it's green. I see it. Is that it?
Green.
Green? Okay. What about a white one? That look weird? Huh? Wait, what? Black or red? Are we gonna keep the zip? Oh shoot! Are we gonna keep the zip hidden, or are we gonna expose the zip?
Might have to expose it. Can I see?
Well, this one that's for hidden. This one don't look good exposed. You see how this look?
No, look good. Wait till it.
Exposed would be this.
Yeah, maybe till again black or red.
Okay. All right. Let's roll. Usually this Walmart up here in Rialto usually has everything that we need, but I guess they're running low on inventory today. This is how we buy cloth sometimes. How this feel, Joe?
$150.
This is what I would want for the blanket.
It's not bad at all.
Joe, for the back of that blanket that I'm trying to make.
You were sorting one of this.
Huh? Joe, remember mommy sold me a skirt and blouse like this I used to go to school, you know, at college?
I can remember.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
It's not like Walmart to not have what we need. Come on, I need a zip. So we have to head back to the post office because I gotta go mail this. I gotta go mail all this stuff for
If we look now, so east and west, I drive my son's truck.
I know. Not only is it blowing, it's cold. We're not used to that kind of cold like California. Why, Jesus? Why? I feel like I did at Chicago.
The one just the left foot.
Who there?
Then
the passport. Get how long it take for the passport. I would never do passport at the post office. I just feel like they know all your business.
Yeah.
I'll do passport at City Hall better. Nobody knows me there. You know what, Joe? My passport they expire next year, you know. Next year, April. And then you got a year after that. The kids ain't got till like 2024.
So,
you gotta fix that. See my little dress back here, guys? We hemmed the tail. We cut the sleeve to 3/4 because the sleeve was kind of like between the wrist and between the elbow. We cut it to 3/4. We hemmed that, and we prepped the area for the zip. But when I went to that Walmart over there today, they didn't have the zip. I need a zip that's longer than 22 or 23 inches. They only had one that was like 22, and it was not a good color, and the zip has to be exposed because I need more space, because after we messed it up and cut that bodice down so small, y'all, I need to put some kind of stretch in this dress. You know what I could do, Joe? Open up the back of the bodice and put some kind of stretch material. I mean, it's just, oh, it's gonna look bad though. It's this polka. Anyways, it's gonna fit. It's just that I'm gonna have to hold my breath a lot in it. But it's all right, because when I get paid, I'm gonna go buy more fabric and we're gonna do it again, because we saw where we went wrong. Now, remember I was watching my little teacher, right? The little girl from Comic Cat Creations. But when she made this dress, she did it from stretch fabric. I did this from just straight up cotton that doesn't stretch at all, right? So when I cut the bodice, it was like one solid piece in the front and one solid piece in the back, and it was big. What I should have done at that point is cut it down. Take one piece and cut it down, and that could be the back or the front for a zip to be able to go in. I didn't do that because I didn't know. At that point when I cut it, then I should put darts, you know, so that it can open up the chest area and make it fit better there. And that's when I should taper the waist now to match the skirt. Now the skirt was wrong to start with on the top part, because I think I had that skirt measured for a smaller waist or whatever. I mean, I'm trying. These templates I made way back when I was testing the templates and didn't know what I was doing. So I'm gonna have to change a template for the skirt, but I can't change it until the mail comes this week, because when they send all that junk mail, you know, the throwaway stuff that Joe looks at to go buy his cheap meat, that's when I'm gonna tape all that up together and get a big enough piece of paper that I can cut out a new template for the skirt. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So I'll make a new skirt template. I'll cut a new bodice, I'll cut it open, and we're gonna start from scratch. Now what I'm doing here, I wasn't gonna put any piping around the neck, because you can actually just fold. See how this is? You can just actually double fold this and, you know, have a finished neck. But since your girl is trying and the dress is not all that fitting anyways, fitting all that good, I'm gonna try piping. So this is the one piping we did on one of the other shirts that you saw me, the one with the Paris theme. Well, I have another type of piping, and I'm learning it from these Indian people on YouTube. Every time you look up anything with sewing and piping and stuff like that, it's always Indian people doing it. So see how that looks? So then it's that way. So you add it on that away, see? You add it on that away. Can you guys see that? And then you flip it over, and then it looks smooth there, but you have this heavy part holding it down, and I guess you can do a top sew. So I think that's the one that I might end up doing just to test try it. Although this one's prettier. This one's prettier. I think there's like 3 ways that you can pipe the collar or whatever, pipe the neck. But I love my sleeve. Perfect size sleeve. It fits me really, really well. And we're gonna make it work. I'm telling you guys, if it doesn't fit all the way good right now, I'm just gonna continue losing weight, because I started to put the things back in my MyPlate app today. I finally feel mentally ready to start putting things back in my MyPlate app, because for the longest time after I had the gallbladder surgery, which August 2nd, September 2nd, October, 2 months, right? August, September, yeah, 2 months since I've had the surgery. Now I feel like I should get back into the game. You guys saw me on the trail last week. We couldn't go today because the wind's blowing too hard. But now I feel like I could get back and start putting the things. I noticed that when I don't put the things in the app, I don't have any kind of success. When I don't go walking on the trail for that, you know, 3 to 6 miles, I don't have the kind of success I was having. You guys have to remember, I'm older, I'm 52. So I'm not gonna lose as fast as somebody who's in their 30s or 20s, you know, but just because of hormones and stuff like that. So I got to get back on the road again. I'm sick of this 182, 184. The next thing you know, I'm going to turn around and be back up to 190. Ain't about that life. I got to get this under control. So anyways, I'm watching MSNBC. It's after 4. I'm waiting for Joshua to come so that we can borrow his car to go to the gym. Only because I have to watch my gas in the Tahoe. I can't leave it empty. But I'm watching how Trump still clowns Elizabeth Warren because she said she has Native American in her and she proved it with the ancestry thing. I'm watching how he just supports and promotes that Saudi prince that they're saying he's the one that ordered the hit on that journalist, and Trump is spinning it all type of direction. And we already know what Trump is, so we're not here to debate that. But what I don't understand is how these pastors, especially the ones I used to really respect and adore, how they can still support this man after all the evil he has done. I just can't wrap my brain around that. But then again, maybe I can wrap my brain around it, because you know what? It's all about money for them too. I was watching the church service last night online because I watch every now and again to see what's happening. So for the past couple of weeks, they haven't talked anything at all about politics, but it's because they're collecting a special offering. So now I don't know what the offering is for, but I think when it comes to certain seasons in the church and they see the money kind of wane, because right now in October, people are starting to tuck their little monies away because they want to have money for Christmas, right? So they know this in the church. They follow the seasons. So they're going to start doubling down and say, we need money for this. So they come and they start teaching about some scripture where they say 3 times in the Bible it speaks about these 3 different times when you're supposed to give a special offering, and it's not your tithe, it's not your offering, it's not even your alms. It's supposed to be a separate one that you're supposed to give. And you know, these people are asking for $1,000. And if you don't have the $1,000, you could come up with a friend and he give 5 and you give 5, or you could come up with 3 different family members, you know, you and 2 other family members, 3 of you, and 2 give $333 and 1 give $334. I say, what? That thing's sicking me to my stomach. And they're like, your soul, because they describe what is the spirit, what is the soul, and what is the body. And the soul, of course, is the bad part, because that's the one that tells you to do stuff, like fun stuff, right? And they're like, your soul might be telling you, but you have bills. How can you give this $1,000 when you have bills? Well, don't listen to your soul. You got to listen to that spirit, because it'll tell you. I promise you, they're dealing with a spirit, but it's not the spirit they think, because it's like, are you really sitting there and just, oh, Joshua came, yeah, you really sitting there and just going on and on about collecting this big money from people that are broke? I know some of the people in that church, and they are broke. So when that doesn't work, they start prophesying. Oh, you were a millionaire. You're already a millionaire. You just don't, it hasn't manifested yet. Yada, yada. And they start prophesying to, remember the 2 people that came here from the church? The musicians? And they fell asleep in my chair. For those of you that don't go all the way back to when I used to vlog at the other channel. Well, they started to prophesy to the wife. And they started to tell her that she had something wrong in her esophagus and she has trouble swallowing, yada, yada. And you could tell she didn't have any of those symptoms, because she's like, I guess, okay, what? But she wanted to hear that prophecy though. You know, of course they're like, oh, you know, you have to start tithing. That's why you can't see your way clear, because your husband is not your provider. It's God that's your provider. And how they know they're not the tithe? Because the guy gets paid to play the keyboard there. And I think the girl probably gets paid to sing too, because she sings professionally. I'm like, so they're the ones paying your paycheck, but they want you to give back 10%. And I do believe in giving, and I do believe in giving away 10%. Really and truly I do. But I'm not going to give it, you know, to any church. I just can't. I just can't. I used to. Years ago, like back in 02, 03, 04, but I just can't do that anymore. I just stopped one day back like in 04, and I just started to give it to mommy. And I said, mommy, do what you need to do with it. Mommy did charity events. I'm going to go home and have a party for the kids. I'm going to go home this time and have a party for old people. I'm going to go and buy 1,500 barrels worth of stuff and take it, you know, with me when I go to Belize and just distribute it. I'm going to have a garage sale where everything's going to be $1. But when they come, I'm going to have food. So she's having a party, right? I'm going to have food to give away because, you know, that's what she wanted to do. And she said, I let the people buy this stuff because they want to feel a sense of worth. That people just don't want hands out. Well, there's some people that want hands out, right? But not everybody. People, guys, I like to feel my sense of worth. If I had to own a church like the pastor and his wife, and I had to like get money that way all day long, it would send me crazy. That's why you see me make these things. You know, when we were trying to make ends meet, we make the bags and stuff because, you know, I really am truly grateful for the people who donate so willingly and freely towards me each and every month, because I know that takes that comes out of your income, and I really appreciate it. But I wanted to get to the point where I don't have to rely on that donation and I can actually give back. And I'm working on that, guys. You guys see me cranking it out. Joshua, what's going on out there? You see me cranking it out at Facebook, I didn't even put nothing at YouTube, but I'll put something this week. I just had to crank things out at Facebook because every Monday is the opportunity that I have to make my bonus, so I can't play with that. And I really wanted to put up that video with the beach trip. Oh, by the way, I'll put up that video here from the beach. I have to go change the music out of it because I can't use Facebook music at YouTube and vice versa. But I'm going to change the music, save it, and upload it here as a separate vlog because I really do feel like a lot of people at my YouTube don't have Facebook and they will miss out on that beautiful trip to the beach. So I'll put it up as a separate thing. 1 second, Joshito.
Man, nothing.
Ah! She gonna knock on my camera. You have to tell me that fat turd coming in.
She has good spatial awareness.
You see why the other Joshua?
No, she was running like to knock on my camera.
Oh, you saw it?
You see it? On the bin.
What, the Minnie Mouse dress?
The paper. Oh, and they lost, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost last night. I know, it's been forever. How are you?
Yeah, Daddy, in a kimono. You tired, Papa?